Welcome to week 3 of the Shenandoah Nightstands build. If you missed weeks 1 and 2, you can go back and watch them. After this video, of course. I'll put the links in the description. This is the week where the panels all come together in a glue up and for the first time resemble a nightstand. Now that all the pieces are flat, or close to flat, it's time to mark out and cut for the dominoes. The plan is to cut them all out on the middle setting, so I have some wiggle room from side to side. I'm new to this tool and I feel like the more I try to be 100% precise, the more chances I will actually fail. And that's why they have different settings. Don't worry, after this row, I realized the blue is just the factory safety plastic. I took it off to make the next set of holes and the lines were much more clear to line up. Now with the dry fit of the 3 main pieces together, I can take the final measurement for the bottom shelf. Everything was already sanded at 80, so before I do the glue up, I take it all apart and sand everything to 120 grit. The next 1 minute of this video is at 4,000 times speed. It took us about 42 minutes to glue up the first nightstand. Nicola is my neighbor and started woodworking maybe 2 years ago now. We often help each other out when a second set of hands or eyes are needed on one of our projects. So how many clamps do you think we used? And do you think we used the right amount, or should we have used more? Look who I caught sight of in our front yard. With the first one now in glue, it's time to get to the second one. Sand, domino, dry fit, cut bottom shelf, and glue up. Easy peasy, right? The mitered edges are just okay. I have to wait to do anything about them because they're getting a heavy round over. I'm actually worried that they're going to look worse, but right now only time will tell, and then I'll use Rubio wood filler. The total running time for the second glue up was 28 minutes. And again, you get to enjoy this process at 4,000 times speed. Another thing I'm working to improve on this glue up is to scrape off more glue rather than wipe it away. Or rather, wiping it around, which is what actually happened on the first one. When it came to the drawers, my client Willow asked for solid wood drawers. I happen to have this 10-foot long piece of white oak at 3/4 inch thick. It'll be perfect for the drawer fronts, and I'll mill the other sections to be 1/2 inch because that's the size requirements for the drawer slides. No matter what I do, this planer kicks out a ton of sawdust. I have no clue what needs to change, so if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Just wait to see this mess. Now all the pieces are cut to length for the drawer, and the slides are planed to the right thickness for the drawer slides. So it's time to actually figure out the height of the drawer front and the rest of it. The client doesn't want any hardware on the front of the drawer, so instead they'll grab it from the bottom. So I want a large enough underhang to make that comfortable. And then comes figuring out how to construct the box as to not show any of the other hardware. I would use pocket screws, but they would show. So with also that and the concern of the shear force. Okay, let's take a step back and let me explain. The way drawers are constructed, when you pull, the side panels take the force on the pull, and this allows the front to stay intact. But when the front of the drawer is the drawer and the face, it will take the force and could possibly be ripped off. I think I have an interesting solution, but I'll have to do a test to see if it'll work out though. I've sadly run out of time this week. Next week is the finish line, so stay tuned for the final reveal.